This is the very famous and justifiably so British Museum. The entrance, one of them. Here's a lion in front of it. We don't have any such things in Silicon Valley. We should have this shipped over there, and we should have this as our animal at the entrance of Silicon Valley. It's very noble. Anyway, again, this is the neighborhood .coms are in. Very pretty, leafy. Unlike the kind of places you find in California, some of which are pretty, but not really. So I'm here in Russell Park, which is a really pretty park in Bloomsbury. I'm feeling very Virginia Woolf right now in my room. Again, these cities goes on and on. Lots of parks, lots of different centers. And it's doing very well of late because of all sorts of reasons. The economy's doing great, and a lot having to do with hedge funds and just a lot of immigrant populations coming in with lots of money, and not as much the tech sector, even though UK online is one of the biggest users of online and technology services, and it's growing. Again, quite beautiful. Aha, we've entered WeeWorld. Okay. WeeWorld. Selves again.
Oh, is that a video camera, yeah?
Yeah, that's my video camera. Say hello.
Nice. Hello, everybody. Lauren.
This is the team at WeeWorld.
Hello.
Julia Product.
Fresh off the
Lauren,
Reddit. Excellent.
US.
This is what a startup looks like in
Marketing,
Britain.
OB, engineering. Anne's behind you.
Anne, hi Anne. How you
Hi,
doing?
how are you doing?
Nice to meet you. Oh,
Good
you
to
gotta
meet
put
you.
we on everything, don't you?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Oh my God. Goodness sakes.
We've we-eyed everything.
We-iced everything. Someone's gonna explain to me what WeWorld is in a second, I hope. That's a little frightening. Right?
Yeah.
Hey, Brett.
So, let's see if I can give you a little history. So, for 2 years, for the last 2 years, really, we worked very hard to make this WeMe, probably one of the most popular avatars on the internet. We have really big partnerships with Microsoft and AOL and Friends United and Skype and a bunch of others. And there's, at this point, 16 million people who have at least one WeMe. So,
Is that like a Webkin? Is that your competitor?
Not really, because Webkins are more for little kids, and there's a stuffed animal associated with this. This is something that you use in either instant messaging or on Messenger or Skype, or you can use it on pretty much something like 35 different social networks to represent who you are. It's sort of and so let me
Is it for kids or for?
Well, it's 13 plus, although there's definitely on other sites so this is me actually.
This is you. WeWorld CEO with a hat. Nice. So tell me.
Okay, so it's a social network, but in a way it's not a social network because the whole thing is completely visual. And so you can create a role for yourself. There's people like Little Red Riding Hood on the site, or Dumbledore, or an emo style person, or a beach party type person, or somebody's out there setting up an adoption center. And I think,
this one guy who set him up as Dumbledore has thousands of comments.
He does. He has thousands of comments because
Wingardium Leviosa. Oh my God. I was just telling Celia that a lot of people have a lot of time on their hands.
And I think it's an age group and it's also for older people. I mean, we frankly do have quite a few people who are older as well, but you have to be somebody
you got to get rid of those guys.
who wants to have fun. Right? Because it's really a very playful, very surprising, kind of a cheeky place to be. And people are using it to spend time with their real friends. Well, that's what Mediametrics is saying.
So where are those people? Are they in the U.S. or here?
Half of them are in the U.S. And the rest are here in Europe or Australia.
Right, but it started in Glasgow, correct?
It started in Glasgow.
Interesting. And it was done at a benchmark here?
Yeah, Benchmark here, and the last round was with Excel. And Benchmark, both of them. Because that's one of the big ways that this particular age group, and probably a lot of age groups identify who they are.
They want
part
brands.
of self-expression is to have brands.
So they want to be Skittles or Red or Gap or something?
Yeah, or what are they wearing or what are they holding. It is true. People actually have sense of self-expression or identity based on what brands that they choose. And so it's a perfect match for us.
Right, right, because you're going to shove brands right down their throat.
Well,
yeah. No, I'm
They
teasing.
can
They cannot
they can
take
choose.
it.
The thing is, they don't have to choose
No, I
it,
know.
right? So they have. So we offer the brands, and
This
then
is
it's a very
MySpace's and Facebook's argument too, so I've heard it many times before. An entrepreneur in Europe compared to the U.S. And you've been in the U.S. Give your background really briefly.
Yeah, so I was in Silicon Valley. I did a couple startups there. I worked for IDEO. I worked at Alta Vista. So
Oh,
did the
big
first
miss.
wave of the internet.
Yeah, missed that one. Missed
Before,
big.
yeah, I did them when they were search.
That's what we call a whiff. They whiffed the opportunity.
They whiffed the opportunity.
What's the difference being an entrepreneur here versus Silicon Valley?
Let's see. The main difference is, I think you have probably fewer people doing it, so there's probably a little bit less of a community where, I mean, I lived in the Valley and it seemed like every single person I ever met at dinner or at parties or what have you, they all worked in the industry. Here is,
Right.
you have a much broader group of people in the world, so I think there's a pro and a con to that. So on the one side, I think you have the opportunity to do something really different, because you're not surrounded by everybody saying the same thing or thinking the same thing, and you can kind of step away and be unique. I think you also have the chance, if you're here in Europe, to think globally from the start. So WeeWorld, we're in London or in Glasgow or in Boston, but we're really thinking and have presence in 14 countries already from the start.
But entrepreneurialism and innovation, is it as prevalent here? A lot of people tell me it's not. Maybe that's just a myth or cliche.
You can't really say there's any place other than the Valley that's as strong as the Valley in terms of that's all everyone does, but there's definitely good.
Okay, this is apparently me in WeeWorld with red glasses like Sally Jesse Raphael. The video camera, which is true, and a cell phone. That's true, but otherwise I'm a little frightened for myself. But I'm visiting London. Look at that. Very nice.